So this one actually turned into a little bit of a fun project. Basically, customer came into us, local customer, saying, yeah, completely stock platform on engine. Just wanted to go into a little bit more higher horsepower, reliability, be able to pull away from pretty much most that, is in town. So came in stock platform, and we kind of threw some things at him, and he's like, I kind of want to push it harder than that. Okay. So we gave him some other renditions. Well, let's go higher than that. So this is an 06. The only thing that came with it was a catalytic converter. So there's a lot we can offer on that. Really what it came down to is we looked at his horsepower numbers of what he was wanting to do, what he's wanting to accomplish, and we really did it. We ended up hitting a 900 horse margin with this 06. It's got a Freedom Racing engine in it, Wagler connecting rods, Hamilton cam, Fleece push rods, the whole nine on the engine itself. It really turned out great. It's just bomb-proof. I mean, these things are super reliable. When you're doing a firing head gasket, you can really push the numbers to it. We mated that with 100% overs on the Dynamite Diesel injectors. Dynamite Diesel, they build amazing injectors. They're really finite, when it comes to tuning. So you got to, really massage that well when you're dealing with that kind of power range for not creating too much soot, and then obviously equalizing everything to make sure it's burning correctly, so you're not wasting fuel. Your charge pressures aren't off the roof. Then we paired it with the BD Cobra kit. So the BD compound system for this one, we ended up going into a 6380 setup, and we can run boost numbers up to about 80 pounds and reliably. So this truck itself, a sitting platform, is about 900 horsepower and went from just being a stock application to obviously what it is now. But what's really awesome about it is the fact that you can daily drive it. You can turn it on tune 1 and you can get 25 miles to the gallon because you're running, everything down at a lower PID. You're bringing your data trees down. Everything is slowing down to where you can really run some mileage out of it. And then you can crank it up to tune 5, and then all of a sudden you are ripping at 900 horsepower. And a truck that sits on 37s, that's definitely a ride to have for sure. But the overall result of this truck was a lot of fun, especially being an 06. And obviously a lot of these are still being, built in other shops. We kind of put a different taste to them. We mesh a lot of different products in just because we know what is really going to work, and especially at our altitude. We don't do anything with single chargers, with big singles at our elevation, because you just can't pull hard enough and you can't get everything clean. And obviously that's the name of the game too. Having big horsepower is awesome, but if you can't get it clean and you can't keep it reliable, then it's pretty much pointless. The customer was so pleased with the build, he actually wound up engraving our logo into the center console. It was super sweet. Super thankful to have this customer. It just turned out awesome, and it is such a blast to drive.